General Hospital Monday, September 8th recap. Britt's 1 hour to live. Valentin's Charlotte deal. Drew's waking up. General Hospital recap for Monday, September 8th, reveals that Drew Kane was waking up while Valentin Cassadine pushed for a Charlotte Cassadine deal. Britt Westbourne also had 1 hour to live. So here's how it all went down. At GH, Alexis Davis and Willow Tate were still reeling over Scout Quartermain's vanishing act when Charlotte showed up and made a confession to Lulu Spencer. It turned out Charlotte was the one who drove Scout to the Quartermain estate after someone at camp told her about Drew getting hurt. Since Charlotte was scared while she was on the run and separated from her family, she related to Scout's situation now. Once Alexis and Willow got updates, they headed for the Quartermain residence in a hurry. Lulu scolded Charlotte, who wasn't really sorry since she felt she did the right thing for Scout. However, Charlotte was willing to accept the consequences of her actions when Lulu took away her car and grounded her. Lulu wound up hugging Charlotte after encouraging her to seek help with big decisions. After Cody Bell finally got in touch with Molly Lansing Davis, she rushed to the stables and embraced Scout. When Scout questioned why Danny Morgan didn't want to see her anymore, Molly explained the restraining order situation in kid-friendly terms. Scout didn't understand why Drew didn't want her to see her family, but Cody helped Molly with her explanation and suggested maybe Drew would realize his mistake. In the meantime, Scout got reassurance that Drew was in the hospital and being taken good care of. Once Alexis arrived with Willow, Scout hugged her grandma and wanted to go home with her. However, Willow did her best to sell Scout on the fun sleepover they were going to have at Elizabeth Baldwin's place instead. Although Molly praised Cody for all the Scout help, she thought it was best if he only called in emergencies and felt it was best to say goodbye. At Alexis' house, Ava Jerome complained to Christina Corinthos Davis about all Rick Lansing's missed phone calls and messages. After drugging Rick with sleeping pills, Christina and Ava used his finger to unlock the phone so they could change the password. Christina and Ava decided to claim Rick had gone on a digital detox retreat, but they bickered over the wording of his fake messages to Liz and Molly. Once Alexis returned, she offered the latest Scout news and helped out with the email situation. There were concerns about Elizabeth searching for Rick as well as Willow since her visitation hearing was coming up. Ava hinted about a plan to kill two birds with one stone. In Anna Devane's office, she spoke with Harrison Chase and Dante Falconeri about the investigation. Alexis, Willow, Michael Corinthos, and Nina Reeves were all under suspicion. Curtis Ashford was also considered as a shooter possibility along with Tracy Quartermain, but Chase had faith that Tracy genuinely just found Drew and called for help. Nevertheless, Anna thought it was possible that Tracy could be covering for the person who was actually responsible. Liz eventually called Anna to let her know Drew was waking up. In Jack Brennan's office, he barked orders over the phone in hopes of saving Vaughn and Jocelyn Jacks before it was too late. While Colette Moreau was being grilled elsewhere, Brennan arranged a video call with Valentin at Steinmauer. Brennan offered to get Valentin's supervised time outside if he'd provide information on Colette. Valentin seemed a bit reluctant at first, but Brennan pointed out that Colette took matters into her own hands and shot at him in Prague. After Valentin admitted Colette was a double agent even back when he knew her, he said she worked for Cesar Faison. Valentin hinted about Faison's organization continuing after his demise, but he had more demands before he'd reveal who was running it. Valentin wanted to be transferred to a supermax prison in the United States, but Brennan insisted he didn't have the power to make that happen. Instead, Valentin pushed for a visit with Charlotte, and he wanted one in person instead of on a video call. At the Five Poppies Resort, Pascal informed Jocelyn and Vaughn that they were going to be test subjects, which meant they'd be exposed to radiation. Meanwhile, Jason Morgan was ready to leave with Britt, but she couldn't go since Pascal put an ankle monitor on her, one that would set off an explosion if she exited the lab. Jason planned to help remove it anyway, but then he found out Jocelyn was in danger and took off running to find her. That left Britt alone when Pascal returned and said they were moving locations since the site had been compromised. Britt learned she wouldn't be going with them and was stunned as Pascal started a 1-hour timer to trigger the explosion. Back with Jason, he barged in the room where Jocelyn and Vaughn were being held captive. Jason fought the guards while Vaughn reached for a drop knife in hopes of freeing himself along with Jocelyn. As for Jason, he took down one guard and faced off with another one. Jason lost the upper hand and found himself in a chokehold as Monday's GH episode wrapped up. General Hospital spoilers say Jason has more mayhem ahead of him, so stay tuned for all the exciting moments to come.